Panama Canal is a disgrace.
We're being ripped off at the administration. Will be reclaiming the Panama Canal, and we've already started doing it.
The Panama Canal, a geopolitical battleground between the U.S. and China. The Panama Canal, often referred to as the heart of global trade, has become a focal point of competition between the United States and China. As tensions rise, the U.S. Southern Command is reportedly exploring various options, ranging from diplomatic cooperation with Panama to potential military intervention. According to Pentagon officials, Washington is considering regaining control of this crucial maritime passage, a move that could disrupt the geopolitical balance in the region. China's growing investments in Panama have become a key factor in this strategic contest. The question now is, what do the latest moves by the United States mean? How is China's influence shaping the region? And how will this competition impact the future of global trade? Let's take a closer look at the unfolding developments. U.S. plans for the Panama Canal. At the request of the White House, the Pentagon is reportedly assessing military options to ensure continued U.S. access to the canal. A document issued under the new Trump administration, described as an interim national security directive, urges the military to secure this vital trade route. However, the Panamanian government has strongly rejected any suggestion that its sovereignty is under threat. Foreign Minister Javier Martinez Isite reaffirmed, "Let it be clear, the canal belongs to Panamanians and will remain so." Despite reassurances, U.S. officials have suggested various strategies, including closer military cooperation with Panama or, in extreme circumstances, seizing control of the canal by force. While an outright invasion is considered unlikely, the Pentagon has been tasked with presenting feasible military plans to ensure unrestricted U.S. commercial and military access. Given that U.S. forces have been absent from the region for over 25 years, this development has sparked widespread concern in Panama. Why is the Panama Canal so important? The Panama Canal is a vital artery for global trade, linking the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans and significantly reducing shipping times and costs. It carries approximately 5 to 6% of global maritime trade, facilitating the transport of essential commodities such as oil, minerals, grains, and manufactured goods. For the United States, the canal has long been a strategic asset. Constructed by the U.S. between 1904 and 1914, it remained under American control throughout the 20th century. However, under the Torrijos-Carter Treaty signed in 1977, the canal was officially transferred to Panama in 1999 and is now managed by the Panama Canal Authority, an autonomous entity separate from the Panamanian government. Despite this, Washington continues to view the canal as critical to its economic and military interests. More than 70% of goods transported to the canal originate from or are destined for U.S. ports, making the U.S. its primary user. Additionally, the canal remains vital for U.S. naval strategy, enabling the rapid movement of military vessels between the two oceans. Trump's statements and Panama's response. Between December 2024 and January 2025, President Donald Trump repeatedly expressed his desire to regain control of the canal. He criticized unfairly high tolls imposed on U.S. ships and warned of China's growing influence in the region. A key concern for Trump has been CK Hutchison Holdings, a Hong Kong-based company that operates the ports of Balboa on the Pacific side and Cristobal on the Atlantic side, at either end of the canal. During his January 20th inauguration speech, Trump described the 1999 handover of the canal as a strategic blunder and asserted that the U.S. should never have relinquished control over such a vital asset. In response, Panama's President José Raúl Mulino reaffirmed his country's sovereignty, calling Trump's comments disturbing and unfounded. He also addressed the United Nations, emphasizing Panama's commitment to fair and open access for all nations. U.S. influence grows as Panama distances itself from China. Following these tensions, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio visited Panama City to reinforce Washington's stance. His visit was seen as a demonstration of U.S. influence, and shortly thereafter, the Panamanian government made several key decisions favoring U.S. interests. 1. Withdrawal from China's Belt and Road Initiative, BRI. Panama announced it would not renew its participation in China's massive infrastructure project, which it had joined in 2017. This move signaled a clear shift away from Beijing. 2. Revocation of CK Hutchison Holdings port contracts. The Panamanian Attorney General backed the cancellation of a 25-year concession that allowed the Chinese firm to operate the Balboa and Cristobal ports. This decision effectively curtailed China's influence over Panama's key maritime infrastructure. The canal at the center of U.S.-China rivalry. The canal has become a major flashpoint in the broader U.S.-China struggle for influence in Latin America. Since taking control of the canal in 1999, Panama has embraced foreign investment, with China steadily increasing its economic footprint. A major turning point came in 2017 when Panama cut diplomatic ties with Taiwan and formally recognized Beijing, paving the way for a surge in Chinese investments. In response, Washington intensified efforts to counter China's growing presence. By 2018 to 2019, the U.S. had applied increasing pressure on Panama to limit Chinese projects and safeguard American strategic interests. A shift in control, U.S. firms regained key assets. In a significant move on March 4, 2025, BlackRock, the world's largest asset management firm, acquired CK Hutchison Holdings' stake in the Balboa and Cristobal ports. The deal, valued at $22.8 billion, effectively transferred control of these critical ports to an American company, reinforcing U.S. dominance in the region. President Trump hailed the acquisition as a U.S. reconquest of the canal, while the Panamanian government clarified that it was a private commercial transaction and did not compromise Panama's sovereignty. In another strategic move, French shipping giant CMA-CGM announced a $20 billion investment in U.S. flagships and port infrastructure. This aligns with Washington's efforts to challenge China's control over global maritime trade. Additionally, the Trump administration imposed new tariffs of up to $1.5 million per berth on ships built in China and docking at U.S. ports. In response, CMA-CGM strengthened its U.S. presence, aiming to comply with these regulations and reduce its reliance on Chinese shipyards. The future of global trade and geopolitical competition. The escalating rivalry between the U.S. and China over the Panama Canal is shaping the future of global trade. While Washington has successfully reasserted its influence over the canal's strategic infrastructure, Beijing remains a key economic player in Panama, as the second-largest user of the canal and a major investor in the country's economy. This struggle is not just about trade. It is a battle for geopolitical dominance. Will China respond with more aggressive measures in the long run? Only time will tell. Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and stay tuned for more updates on this unfolding global power struggle. Thank you for watching.